Chosen one, listen closely. What I'm about to say will shake you to your core. If you're watching this right now, know this. It's not by accident. God led you here for a divine reason. You are standing on the edge of something massive, and God is saying, buckle up, because tonight matters more than the last 10 years combined. Yes, you heard that right. Tonight will change everything. Your dreams, your prayers, the desires you've cried for, fought for, waited for, they're no longer distant. They're not just someday hope. They are crossing into your reality right now. You are shifting from waiting to receiving, from wishing to living. This isn't a mindset shift. It's a full spiritual transformation. Tonight, things will begin to fall into place at a pace that will leave you breathless. This is your moment. The delays, the setbacks, the invisible chains that held you back, they're breaking. But before we go deeper into this divine breakthrough, pause for a moment. Do these 3 things. Like this video, subscribe and help us reach 1,000 chosen one. Comment 99 to send a bold signal into the universe, amplifying the energy of this prophetic moment. And don't just half watch this. If you're truly chosen, you'll feel it deep in your bone. You'll stay with this message until the end, because your soul already knows tonight is different. There are moments when heaven speaks in a whisper, and then there are moments when heaven roars. Tonight, God isn't whispering. He's speaking with fire. Buckle up, chosen one. You are not here by chance. You are not ordinary. You've been marked since the day you were born, set apart by divine design. No storm, no betrayal, no rejection could ever erase your calling. You are chosen, and this moment, this very night, is the start of your spiritual takeoff. All those years of preparation weren't wasted. Like Moses wandering the desert, like David hiding in cave, like Joseph trapped in a pit, your isolation was God's classroom. The silence, God was sharpening your voice. The pain, God was forging your strength. Every disappointment was not destruction, it was divine design. And now, heaven is calling you to ride. Not tomorrow, not next month. Buckle up, because your elevation will be swift. When God says buckle up, He's not talking about comfort. He's talking about velocity. Things are going to move so fast, it'll feel like you're flying. Doors will open. Enemies will fall silent. Your past will release you. And your future, it'll shine with crystal clear purpose. This is your launch season. Buckle up, not because you're about to crash, but because you're about to soar. You've survived 10 years of nights asking, when will it be my time? The answer is simple. Your time is now. The tears on your pillow, the silence in your prayers, the endless nights of waiting with no sign of breakthrough, all of that led to this moment, this night. And tonight matters more than all those years combined. Heaven is leaning in. Angels are moving. There is a shift happening in the spirit, so powerful, so precise. It will mark this night as your divine turning point. You don't need a calendar to know it's your season. Your spirit already knows. That ache inside you, that anticipation, that quiet certainty that something is near, that's not your imagination. That's confirmation. Just as God flipped the script for Job in one divine moment, just as He elevated Joseph in a single day from prisoner to prince, He is preparing to do for you what would have taken others a lifetime. The wait is ending, not gradually, but suddenly. This is not about the passage of time. This is about God's timing, that holy intersection where your purpose collides with His promise. Tonight, the heavens are opening, and where there were once 10 long years of drought, rivers of blessing are beginning to flow. Don't underestimate what this night means. This is not a repeat of yesterday. This is the reversal of everything the enemy tried to use to destroy you. You've been hidden while others rose. You've watched, wondering if God forgot you. You've questioned your worth. But hear this, the wait is over. You've been prepared in the secret place for a public unveiling. And now, this is your time. Not just any time. Your rise. And this rise can't be denied. It can't be delayed. It can't be destroyed. Because God doesn't elevate people based on popularity. He promotes them based on purpose. And your purpose, Your assignment has been maturing in the fire of suffering. The delay was never denial. It was refining. Now, you're stepping into rooms you used to dream about. You're aligning with favor you didn't earn, because it was never about earning. It was about being chosen. So don't hold back. Don't shrink to fit into spaces that were never built to contain you. You were not made to blend in. You were made to stand out. You were made to stand on mountains. Stop waiting for the applause. Stop waiting for permission. You don't need it. You are already approved by God, anointed by heaven, unleashed by destiny. Now rise, because the world is waiting. And yes, there's a shaking coming, but it's not coming to harm you. It's coming to position you. Like an earthquake that breaks loose everything that no longer belongs, God is shaking your life to remove the weight that's been holding you back. This is a divine disturbance. It may feel chaotic, but it's actually constructive. Heaven is clearing space for your elevation. God is not in the business of small moves. When He acts, the earth feels it. And now, your life is about to experience a spiritual earthquake. Old mindsets will be shaken. Dead relationships will fall away. Generational curses will break. The foundations that once kept you stuck are being shattered, because God is planting new roots in fertile ground. And yes, it might feel uncomfortable. The familiar might collapse. But don't fear the shake. Embrace it, because this means you are being repositioned, rebuilt, refined. You're not being broken. You're being reborn. You are not being destroyed. You are being prepared. This shaking you feel, it's not chaos. It's setup. A divine setup for supernatural success. Buckle up, because you're being launched into places your past can't follow you. Yes, you heard that right. 10 years of progress in one night. That's not an exaggeration. It's a God-sized promise. What should have taken a decade, God is compressing into a single divine moment. He's making up for lost time, every missed opportunity, every year stolen by fear, betrayal, depression, or lack. God doesn't just restore. He accelerates. He multiplies. Just like the widow who poured out her last drop of oil and saw it never run dry. Just like Peter, who toiled all night catching nothing, then suddenly pulled in a net-breaking harvest in one moment of obedience. That's what God is about to do for you, not through your effort, but through your positioning. Tonight, don't try to understand how. Just stand in alignment. This kind of progress doesn't come from striving. It comes from surrender. This is divine mathematics. One night equals 10 years of healing, elevation, breakthrough, and favor. God is about to shock you with how fast everything turns around. You won't just catch up, you'll overtake. The struggle, it's been real, it's been relentless. You've been exhausted, emotionally, spiritually, physically, and most of that struggle, it was private. People saw your smile, but never saw the sleepless night. They heard your voice, but didn't know the volume of your silent battle. But hear this clearly. Tonight, it ends. This season of silent suffering is closing. God has seen every sacrifice, every moment you held back your own tears to comfort others. And now, He is declaring from heaven, enough, enough surviving, enough shrinking, enough pretending you're okay when you feel stuck. Tonight, a supernatural full stop is being written over every cycle of struggle. It's not just easing, it's evaporating. Every spiritual weight, every chain of limitation, every lie that said, you're not enough, broken. This is not just a breakthrough night. This is a freedom night. The night you will remember forever. The night everything changed. You've walked through seasons that nearly broke you. Emotionally, spiritually, financially. You've whispered, why me? More times than you can count. But hear this. A divine shift is here. And when God shifts a life, He doesn't just restore it, He redeems it. He doesn't just reverse the pain, He repurposes it. Just like Joseph, betrayed by his brothers, abandoned in a pit, forgotten in prison, then suddenly elevated to power. And every moment of pain became part of a greater plan. That's the kind of reversal God is working in your life. The script is flipping. The stone they rejected, it's becoming the cornerstone. The tears you cried, they're turning into rivers of testimony. This isn't a subtle chain, it's seismic. What you lost is returning with glory. What once held you down is now going to lift you higher. The same people who overlooked you, doubted you, maybe even laughed at you, they'll stand in awe, asking, "How did you rise so high so fast?" And you'll answer simply, "It was the hand of God." Because your hardship, they're not the end of your story. They're the opening act of a divine takeover. You know what it's like to count every penny, to put dreams on hold, to feel the weight of never having enough. But tonight, that story begins to change. Heaven's vaults are opening, and God isn't just sending you money. He's releasing financial freedom, divine strategy, and vision for sustainable prosperity. This isn't just provision. This is transformation. Just like the widow who thought she had nothing left but poured oil and found overflow. Just like Peter, exhausted and empty-handed, who cast one more net and nearly sank his boat from the cat. That's what's coming. You are stepping into sudden increase. God is reversing the curse of financial lack in your life. Expect unexpected deposit, divine partnership, creative business ideas, favor with investors, even inherited wealth that has your name on it. This release isn't coming from the system. It's not luck. It's coming from the King of Kings, who saw every tight month, every unpaid bill, every anxious prayer over an empty account. This is your night of overflow. They laughed, they dismissed you, they labeled your faith delusional and your obedience foolish. But what they didn't see was the fire God was building inside of you. He's been preparing a table in front of every person who mocked you. And they're not just going to hear about your ride. They're going to witness it. And not a small ride. A miraculous, undeniable, heaven-backed elevation. Just like Hannah, who wept in the temple and was later seen holding her miracle, you too will hold what you once only prayed for. So don't chase revenge. Let your success speak. Let your presence carry the weight of what God has done. The days of being silenced are over. Now when you speak, people will listen. When you walk into a room, atmospheres will shift. You've gone from rejected to respected, from crushed to crowned. This is not pride. This is divine vindication. Not one tear went unseen. Not one prayer went unheard. God saw you in your lowest moments. He stood with you in the storm. And He's saying to you tonight, I remember. He remembers the nights you clung to faith when faith was the only thing you had left. The days you sowed seeds with trembling hand, the moments you encouraged others while you were breaking inside. And now, your struggle has reached heaven's ears, and heaven is responding. This isn't emotional comfort. This is justice from the throne of grace. For every sleepless night, God is giving you rest. For every rejection, recognition. For every moment of shame, He is pouring out glory. He saw it all, and now, He's moving. No more hiding. No more shrinking. You've been called to rise, and this rise, it will be unstoppable. This isn't a temporary lift. This is a divine launch into purpose, into authority, into global visibility. You've walked through fire and didn't burn. That alone proves you're ready. The oil on your life is too thick to be ignored. You were anointed for more. And even if you feel unqualified, God still qualifies you. God doesn't call the qualified. He qualifies the called. And you've been called. And now that calling is roaring. What's about to happen in your life won't be small, and it definitely won't be quiet. It will be visible. It will be global. And no force in hell can stop it. No past mistake. No jealous voice. No demonic scheme. You've been carried by grace. And now, grace is handing you the crown. Your rise is coming with power, and it's too big for you to stay the same. Yes, people may try to slow you down. They may throw words like dart. But when God moves, He moves with finality. No system, no critic, no person can cancel what heaven has already commanded. What God is about to do in your life, no man can stop. You are stepping into an unshakable yes. The doors opening before you, they're not man-made. They're divinely controlled. Your name is being whispered in rooms you've never entered. Opportunities are aligning like puzzle pieces falling into place. This isn't chance. This is divine orchestration. So stop explaining. Stop begging people to understand you. You don't owe clarity to those who were never assigned to your destiny. Let them what? Let them wonder. Because when God moved, His hand speaks louder than any mouth ever could. They mocked you because they didn't understand your process. But soon, they'll witness your purpose. You were never being ignored. You were being hidden, set apart, reserved for something greater. No, your revelation is here. God is turning the things they once mocked into the things they'll one day admire. Your faith will be your foundation. Your obedience will be your evidence. You don't need to fight for recognition. You're already recognized by heaven. You are chosen, and chosen doesn't mean popular. It means set apart. It means favored. It means protected, elevated, and crowned. You don't walk like others because you weren't built like others. You now walk with heaven's authority. Let the mockers fade into silence. Your rise will speak louder than their laughter ever did. Yes, you've depended on people who failed you. You leaned on relationships that left you more empty than filled. But tonight, God is calling you higher, to a place where your only dependency is on Him. He's removing every false crutch so you can finally fly. This isn't punishment. This is freedom. Because when you're fully dependent on God, you lack nothing. He becomes your guide, your provider, your defender. He's not just enough. He's more than enough. And the moment you walk away from those toxic ties, you'll realize just how strong you've been all along. Stop waiting for someone else to rescue you. You're not a victim. You're a vessel. And God is ready to fill you with boldness, clarity, and peace. This is your Independence Day, and you're walking out stronger, wiser, and fully surrendered to the only one who never failed. You survived. Now it's time to thrive. A new life is calling your name, one filled with power, purpose, and undeniable success. Not just material gain, but spiritual authority, emotional healing, and unshakable confidence. This isn't a new chapter. It's a whole new book. The next chapter of your life is not just about recovery. It's about transformation. Your relationship, your finances, your health, your influence. Every area is being touched by the hand of God. He's not just restoring you. He's reinventing you. The next version of you will look nothing like the one who suffered. You will walk into rooms healed, whole, and crowned with wisdom. You will speak with clarity, walk with confidence, and live with favor. So get ready. Mentally prepare. Clear your space. Purge anything that no longer serves the next season. Because the life you've been praying for isn't on the way. It's here, and it's soaked in overflow, favor, and undeniable power. This is not a moment, it's a movement. This is the rise of the chosen one, and nothing will ever be the same again. Tonight isn't ordinary. This is not just another hour on the clock. This is a divine interruption. The hand of God is moving swiftly, and with one breath, He is wiping away 10 years of pain, struggle, and silent suffering. The weight you've carried for what felt like an eternity, it's being lifted so completely, you'll wonder if it was ever real. What tormented you privately for years will end publicly in victory. You've walked through fire that should have consumed you. You've endured storms that left others broken. But you you survived, and because you endured, you are about to be rewarded with a freedom so pure, so deep, it will feel like rebirth. God isn't just removing pain, He's erasing the memory of it. You'll remember the lesson, but the sting will be gone. The enemy thought he had you, thought the delay would destroy you, thought the silence would shut you up, but what hell didn't calculate was your resilience and God's perfect timing. This night, this very moment, will undo everything the enemy tried to build in your life. You won't just wake up lighter, you'll wake up transformed. Chains of fear, poverty, heartbreak, and depression will break in your sleep. You'll rise with a new name, a new pace, a new rhythm of grace. And when people ask, "What happened to you?" you'll smile and say, "God showed up." Because when God steps in, a decade of struggle becomes a testimony overnight. Tonight, your chapter of pain closes, and your destiny begins. What's coming your way can't be explained. It can only be experienced. The shift God is about to release will break every natural law, every earthly limitation, and every boundary placed on your life. It won't make sense. It will make history. This is the kind of shift that makes people shake their heads in disbelief. It will be sudden. It will be sweeping. It will be undeniable. You've been walking in circles, doing everything right, yet nothing moved. That's because heaven wasn't preparing a human solution. It was aligning a supernatural shift, a shift that doesn't require your resume, doesn't need your connection, and won't ask for anyone's permission. When this hit, the logic of man will bow to the plan of God. This isn't just a breakthrough, this is a spiritual quake, and the very foundations of your life are about to rearrange. False identities are falling off. The labels that others placed on you, the ones that never belonged, are disintegrating. You're stepping into a new frequency, a new position, a new flow. Don't try to explain it. Just walk in it. You didn't earn this through effort. You earned it through unshakable belief. God is bypassing systems and protocols to bless you directly, and He's doing it in a way that people will say, "There's no way this happened unless God did it." And that's the point. This shift isn't about your plan. It's about His power. It won't bring glory to your strategy. It will shine light on His sovereignty. Your story is becoming living proof that heaven still moves mountains. So prepare yourself. What's coming won't make sense, but it will make history. You're stepping into a season where the miraculous becomes normal, where favor follows your footstep. This is the shift that changes everything. You prayed without proof. You stood without support. You praised when panic would have made more sense. And now, heaven has heard you. Your faith has been recorded. And now, it's being rewarded. God is releasing blessings beyond your imagination because your belief never bowed, even when the pressure intensified. This isn't a regular reward. This is a divine outpouring. Like Abraham, you believed without knowing where it would lead. Like Esther, you prepared for a moment you couldn't predict. And now, just as He did for them, God is releasing a blessing so great it will shake nations. You'll receive what you didn't ask for. Doors will open you never knocked on. Why? Because heaven is responding to your faith ledger, not your wish list. The unseen obedience, the painful sacrifices, the private commitments you made in secret. God saw them all, and He never forgets. This reward isn't just for you. It's generational. Your children will walk in peace. Because of the prayers you whispered in chaos, your family will live in harvest. Because of seeds you sowed in famine, your legacy is about to be baptized in blessings too big to count. All because you refused to quit. Let your heart rejoice. The drought is over. The wait is over. The testing has done its work. Now comes the overflow. And in the days to come, you'll point and say, "That right there is the reward of my faith. You've been in the shadows, in the pit, in the back room of destiny, while others took center stage. But that ends tonight. Your rise begins now. And this rise, it's not just elevation, it's dominion. God isn't just lifting you up, He's giving you authority. Despair had its turn, but it no longer has dominion over your life. God is exchanging your ashes for beauty, your weeping for rejoicing, your fear for boldness. You're not just escaping the darkness, you're becoming the light. Where you once felt invisible, you'll now be in demand. Where you once asked for help, you'll now carry the answers. This rise will not be quiet. It will echo. It will inspire. Those who once only knew your pain will now know your power. You're moving from overlooked to undeniable. Your gifts are waking up. Your voice is finding volume. Your purpose is no longer in hiding. It's taking the throne. You are not coming out of this barely surviving. You're coming out with the spoils of war. This is spiritual dominance. Your territory is expanding. Your name is being whispered in influential places. And no, it's not luck. It's preparation. You earned this through scars no one else saw. You bled in silence. You warred in the dark. No. Let heaven and hell both take notice. The silent one has found their roar. The broken one has discovered their crown. Your rise has begun. And this time, you're not coming back down. Yes, it's possible. In one night, the things you waited for, cried for, believed for, sowed for, are finally coming into view. Because God isn't bound by time. He's bound by truth. And the truth is this: your season of delay has expired. What once felt stuck is now moving. What was invisible is now becoming tangible. What you waited for will now chase you down. You waited for favor. Now it will pour like rain. The floodgates of manifestation are open. And it's not a trickle, it's an overflow. What you once only dreamed of, you'll now hold in your hand. This is the season when prophecies make sense, when every not yet turns into a right now, when everything aligns so perfectly, it will feel like the universe bent around your purpose, because it did. God has aligned time, people, and miracle to bring your promise into reality. You won't need to strive, just surrender. You won't need to perform, just position. This breakthrough isn't born of effort, it's born of divine alignment. God is fulfilling His word, not because of your strength, but because of His name. So look up. The time of waiting has ended. The time of witnessing has begun. In one night, everything shifts, and you will never be the same again. You fought for so long that warfare started to feel like life, like waking up to battle was your normal. But God is declaring something over you tonight. The final battle is over, not postponed, not delayed, not paused. Over. What you're stepping into now isn't another round of struggle. It's the beginning of uninterrupted victory. The enemy threw everything at you: confusion, fear, delay, doubt. But none of it worked. You're still standing, still believing, still chosen. And because you endured, because you stood when others fell, God is releasing a victory so deep it shifts bloodline. This isn't just a win. This is a spiritual overthrow. The old you buried, the crowned you rising. You walked through fire, but you didn't come out smelling like smoke. You were betrayed, but you kept your heart soft. And that's the kind of character God honored. Now, the battlefield becomes your stage, and on it, your crown will be revealed. God is giving you the spoils of war, the wisdom, the influence, the grace. This victory, it will be loud, it will be seen, and it will be respected. People will wonder how you made it out, and you'll look at them and say, "Because I knew the war wasn't mine, it was the Lord's, and He won it for me." Your hands may feel tired, but they are about about to be lifted in triumph. Your hands may be tired, but your spirit has never been stronger. You're not limping into victory. You're dancing into it. So lift your head. Lay down your weapon. The battle is over. The victory is in motion, and it's yours, not just for tonight, but for the rest of your life. You've lived under limits that were never yours. Labels placed on you by broken people. Ceilings built by fear. Barriers raised by disappointment. But that era, it ends now. God is removing every false limit, every spiritual chain, every man-made wall that tried to cage your calling. You are being released into divine authority. You are not small. You were never meant to play small. You carry the breath of the Creator in your lung. When you speak, atmospheres shift. When you move, territories respond. This isn't arrogance. This is spiritual inheritance. You are not just a servant. You are an heir. And heirs don't beg. They declare. They don't shrink. They stand. They don't wait for permission. They move when heaven says go. And heaven is speaking now. Take up your authority. Walk as a son. Speak as a daughter of fire. This is not religion. This is revelation. Every limitation that once defined you, poverty, insecurity, timidity, confusion, it's being stripped off, and in its place, God is dressing you in armor and identity. You will command the very spaces that once rejected you. You will lead the very people who once ignored your voice. So get ready. This isn't just breakthrough. It's a takeover. No more shrinking. No more holding back. Your spiritual authority has arrived, and it cannot be denied. Yes, you've known brokenness like few others have. Shattered relationship, missed moment, days when you looked in the mirror and didn't recognize the person staring back. But that brokenness was never your end. It was the birthplace of your becoming. God uses broken things to build His most powerful vessel. He used a broken cross to save the world. He used broken loaves to feed multitude. And now He's using your brokenness to launch something the world won't be able to contain. The pieces you thought disqualified you, they are becoming the very foundation of your testimony. Tonight marks the beginning of the most visible transformation of your life. Those who knew you in pain are about to watch you move in power. The world will witness your ride, and they'll have no choice but to say, only God could have done that. This is your evidence, your spotlight, your divine showcase. But don't let the light distract you. Stay grounded in the presence that healed you. Stay humble in the power that found you, because this rise, it's not about attention. It's about assignment. You were broken for a purpose, and now you rise with that purpose. So get ready. The same world that watched you crawl will now watch you fly, not by force, not by luck, but by fire. You are unstoppable. Everything you've walked through, every tear, every trial, every wilderness, it was preparing you not for who you were, but for who you were destined to become. And tonight, you finally step into that destiny. You're no longer surviving, you're reigning. You've spent your life chasing purpose, but the truth is, purpose has been chasing you, and now, you're finally stepping into it fully. This isn't just a better version of your life. This is an entirely new realm. A new you, a new flow, a new mindset. You're crossing over from hoping to holding, from praying to possessing. The fog is lifting, and the road ahead, it's lit with divine direction. Every step you take after tonight will feel lighter, sharper, more aligned, because you're no longer walking in circles. You're walking in destiny. Every whispered yes to God, every "I trust you" said through tears, brought you here, and now the door is swinging wide open. Your future isn't coming, it's here, and it looks nothing like your past, because God didn't just prepare the future for you, He prepared you for the future. You're equipped, you're ready, you've outgrown the old version of yourself. What once intimidated you now bows to your confidence. So step boldly. Walk confidently. The future you once dreamed of is now your reality. Tonight, you don't just dream, you step into destiny. And this moment, it's not just for you, it's for your children, your bloodline, your generation. You are the breaker, the cycle ender, the one who changed everything. God didn't let you go through the fire just to survive. He allowed the fire so you could rise from it with a sound so powerful it shakes the atmosphere. And this rise, it will not be silent. The earth will feel it. Your family will feel it. The darkness that tried to bury you will feel it. You'll leave footprints where others left question mark. You'll build what others said was impossible. Your rise becomes a blueprint for those still searching. They'll point to your life and say, if God did it for them, maybe He can do it for me. You're not just becoming a success. You're becoming a testimony in motion. But don't forget the foundation. Your legacy isn't in the applause. It's in your surrender. Stay yielded to the one who lifted you, because He's not finished. You're just getting started. There are mountains to take, nations to touch, hearts to heal. So let the earth shake. Let the critics whisper. Let heaven celebrate. Because your rise isn't just a moment. It's a movement. And your legacy, it begins tonight. You've prayed for others. You've stood in the gap. You've interceded in silence, lifting others' dream while your own remained on hold. But now, it's your turn.